Hey guys, Akshay this side. I hope you're doing well. Pardon my voice because frankly I am not doing well because I'm going through cold and cough. So just take care that my voice would be a little heavy. So sorry for that. Anyways, uh, can I see some of the comments? Only 7 people are live right now. It's weekend and afternoon, and but yeah, I'm sure more people would be joining. I would love to see some of the comments. And till then, let me introduce about today's guest. His name is Rishikesh, and he's currently placed as SD1 at Amazon. So we're inviting him to tell us his opinion and his take on interview preparation strategies for a popular company like Amazon. It is an amazing company, and many people aspire for that. So definitely, this session would be insightful. Stay tuned till the end. And hi, Venkatesh. Thank you for commenting. And let me invite Rishikesh to the stream, and let's start the session with me asking some questions, and then we'll also pick up some doubts from the comments. So do ask your questions. Let's start. Okay. Hi, Rishikesh. How are you?
Yeah, hi Akash, I'm doing good.
Akshay. Akshay.
Sorry, Akshay.
That's
Sorry, Akshay.
that's okay. That's okay. Happens a lot of
Yeah,
times with me.
I'm sorry for
Anyways,
that.
that's fine. That's fine. Anyways, I give a little introduction about you, Rishikesh, in the beginning, but I think best would be that I you give a brief intro about yourself, and then I can ask more questions to you.
Okay, so hello everyone. Hi guys. I'm Rishi Suslade. I'm currently working as software developer at Amazon for almost 1.5 year. Prior to this, I've also interned at Amazon, and that's how I got into Amazon actually, the pre-placement offer. Other
Okay.
than then software development stuff, also write some blogs and make some YouTube videos around coding and other stuff. So you can always check them out.
You
And
have a channel.
feel free.
You have a channel
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I do have a channel. I'll share the
What's
link
the,
in
what's the
the
name of the channel?
Rishikesh
You can-
Uslade.
Yeah,
So,
that's really nice. How many subscribers you got?
not much. I haven't been active this year because of a lot of family issues, but I'll try
Okay.
to be active. And if you have any doubts or anything, like feel free to ping me. I'll be happy to help you out.
That's really nice. And as you said that you also went through an internship and you got a PPO, right?
Yeah.
So the internship you got, you like Bits Goa, right? You're from Bits Goa, if I'm not
No,
wrong.
sorry. I'm from VJTI Mumbai.
VJTI Mumbai. So you
Yeah.
got on-campus internship, or did you apply off-campus for the
So
internship process?
Amazon came to my campus for internship.
Okay, great. Okay. Uh, Actually, that was my next question to you. Like, how did you get to know the opportunity? So it's pretty
Yeah.
clear. You got internship, on-campus internship, and you performed. It might be a 6 month internship, right?
No, so Amazon came for a 2 months internship. Like we
2 months.
don't in our college we don't have 6 months internship. We have two
Okay.
months internship something. So yeah,
Okay, and then you got a PPO.
yep.
That's great. So, how many rounds of interviews were there in your internship and
Mhm.
plus the full-time process in cumulative? And if you can briefly describe the rounds and the topics or the questions asked.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So for internship, during at that time, my internship interview process took place in 2018. So that's almost 3 years ago. At that time, we had only two rounds, technical rounds, no HR or a bar is around that we usually know in Amazon. So
Hmm.
there's nothing like that. Only two technical rounds. First
Hmm.
round was purely technical. I went to the interviewer. He gave me a technical question. First was around stacks, very basic bracket balancing question, and second he asked me a follow up questions. It was pretty straightforward. We moved on to the next question very easily. The next question was a very vague question, very open ended. So I had to fill in a lot of voids in there, discuss a lot of things, and there was not a definite answer for that question. It was more of like exploring and finding. He was trying to understand how I think, how I approach problems. That was the main goal of that question, I guess. And I
But
didn't write.
I
Sorry.
just it just sorry caught my attention. The question you're talking about, vague
Yeah.
in what sense? Like, I understand
So
that you're saying it was not a particular, but what topic? Like, what
okay.
was the discussion point? in that
Okay,
topic, in
so
that.
I don't remember the question very clearly, but it's almost 3 4 years ago. But it was very much open ended. So it was like more of like, let's say more of a real life scenario of something happening,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
I had to devise a solution for that. So it was not like
Hmm.
a particular matlab, a graph or tree wala
Coding
question.
question. It was not a
Yeah,
coding question per se.
coding question. It was just like an open
Situation.
ended problem in the
Got
real
it.
life that you
Okay.
have to
Yeah.
implement.
In
So
the first round itself, this happened. In the first round
yeah.
itself, this happened.
Yeah, yeah. So even
Fine.
I was shocked, but apparently that question was not difficult. Matlab, like when you think, when you give it a thought, it was not like a complex dynamic programming wala question that you need to have core or high level CP
Hmm.
level. No, if you
Hmm.
give it a proper thought, or if you have a problem solving thinking, keep breaking the problem in smaller parts
Hmm.
and solving it, you
Ah,
can
yeah.
solve that question. So for that, I
Hmm.
used hash maps approach, and I was able to give a satisfactory solution to them, and he was satisfied. Okay.
Okay.
And then almost 20 people are shortlisted for the whole Amazon interview process.
Hmm.
So sorry, I forgot this. There's one coding round also before all this thing. So
Okay.
coding round had I guess three coding questions. Two coding questions were very easy. One was very difficult. No one was able to do it. And almost 20 25 MCQs. Topics were ranging from Java, C++, operating system, and databases. So only there was not much of core operating system. Just the basic FIFO and those kind of questions. But
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm. Okay.
sorry. And this was like the coding round. Almost
Hmm.
20 we were selected for the interviews. After the first round, only 9 or 11 were left for the second round. And in the second round, it was more of like exploratory. The interviewer asked me like, tell me about your coding experiences, how you started, tell me about yourself, about your coding journey and all those things. So I discussed about a few of my projects, how I started coding and all those things. And then he
Hmm.
came to a question. There was only one question that was asked in that interview. It was around graphs. So for that I used two queues. He said use only one queue. Then I tried to figure like I was not able to come up with a solution with one queue. So he helped me and to make a solution with that can be solved, that can help with one queue solution. And he explained me and he said, now write the code of this. So I was able to write the code. And yeah, that was all about, like, that was pretty much about it.
Got
And
it.
after almost
No,
one.
how many students were selected in your this thing?
So
When you were
seven,
selected,
yeah.
how many
So
students were?
7 people got the Amazon internship that time.
I say how many people out of them?
So out of
Do you
them,
remember?
five, I guess 4 or 5 people got PPO offers.
Nice. So okay, okay. So basically, you did really well because just 7 people for internship. Like, it's not much. Uh, that's
Yeah,
great,
but
man.
sometimes I do feel like luck factors matters a lot. Sometimes, matlab, you don't know. Like to be honest, I'm not that great with DP, and I didn't get a single DP question. If I had got a single DP question, I would have screwed up. But yeah, sometimes luck also matters.
Okay, fine. Okay, that is a really debatable word. So let's not get
Yeah,
into that right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So that is really nicely explained. So this and no HR sort of interview or anything in
No,
this.
so at that time, we like for generally for internship, Amazon doesn't have HR rounds and all those things. I have seen Amazon full time employment rounds in my college only. At that time, the interview was very much extensive, almost 5 rounds of technical interview and one
Mm-hmm.
round of bar reserve. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Fine. Great. That was really, I think, nicely explained. And my next question to you is about projects.
Mhm.
What projects did you work on, and how did it help you in your placement? I heard that no questions are asked on project, as you mentioned, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong.
So in
But
Amazon, no.
somewhere, right?
Yeah, so in Amazon, there was no direct question asked on projects, but in my
Uh,
other interviews, I interviewed a couple of other product-based companies such as Samsung, Morgan Stanley, and others. So in them, like they asked a lot of project-related questions. So to be honest, I don't didn't have much projects under my belt. One was a simple database related project. Another was a Python script. that tried to solve a NP hard problem using it. And I also had a Arduino robot around it. So that, and many small projects that you need to do under your college curriculum, those were there. But the main projects that were there were this chaos database project. So that database project became a very good discussion point for system design problems. So
Okay, that were asked. That were asked for the from you
yeah, so
system design.
like they said ki okay, you have worked on this. My project was railway reservation system. So they said ki, how can you design this system to scale at an actual level of Indian railway booking system?
So
So
basically,
that was.
they tested you. They tested you on the fact that if you join our company and if you work on
Mhm.
something, you understand the
Mhm.
system as well, rather than only working on the
Yeah,
individual components.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that's really great, and they tested your scalability part of it,
yeah,
basically.
yes, yes.
Uh,
So yeah.
that's the reason they are Amazon, because because they think like down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really amazing. Okay, but I think having said that, though you didn't do many projects, but you did your internship really well. Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
so and that somehow compensated for the fact that the projects were not that strong, because
Mhm.
some many students they don't go through any internship, but the projects are strong and they back a placement. That's also nice. Because you did your internship really well, I guess. So it's kind of a project for you, I guess.
Yeah. So to be honest, my internship was very much different from other of my peers. Like many of my peers and my friends had internship were like they were doing a part of a system. Like they already a Java there's a big
Mm,
project and they're just building a
mm,
small module, or they're just building something which is already existing. Whereas mine was
mm,
very much different. It was completely standalone tool that I had to build from scratch. So
mm,
that was a one. I had minimum dependency on other team members. Like I can just completely go one man army kind of thing. And it was not on Java. It was on JavaScript. I hadn't worked prior. I didn't have any prior experience of working on JavaScript. Not
mm,
that much. So though there were some challenges, and it was very much algorithmic focused. Matlab, generally, what we see in software development is like more of like syntax. Like there are lots of configuration, like cloud configuration, system configuration. But my project was more of algorithms. Like
mm,
in short, it was like visualizing a graph which can have
uh,
as many high number of nodes as 2,000 to 4,000 nodes, and like I had to visualize the JSON file. So that JSON file can be as big as 4 million lines and 5 million lines of code. So handling that much in just a browser is a difficult task. So that was approximate brief summary of my project. So it was very much
really,
algorithm heavy.
yeah, it's really interesting how they are using the imagination part so well. Like
Yeah.
it's really interesting, man. Anything you want to add to this, or I can
Yeah.
move on to the
So like that's why the project was very much algorithmic heavy. The thing was I didn't it was partly done by my mentor prior of me joining. So some of the things were done for me, but
you already done
still
the aim. Okay.
yeah, so but still I have to do a lot of things by my own, and all those things. So it was very unconventional project compared to a lot of other projects. So and the thing was the best part about this project was I was able to showcase a lot of leadership skills, leadership principles. Like Amazon has a set of leadership principles, and I was able to portray a lot of those things, like improving the existing code base, even the other code base in which I was working on. Then how I approach this complex problems. Like this problem was
Mm.
on a very large scale, and its impact was also very high. So all those things helped me in building my rapport with the manager, and also create a good document for my pre-placement offer.
You know what, Hrishikesh, the funny thing is why I am showing a little grin on my face last
Mhm.
10 seconds. The reason is this is exactly what I went through when I was in RPS. I got
Okay.
I got graduated from NSIT, and then I worked in RPS as a coder for 1.5 years. Then I found my calling for marketing, and things are going good. Having said that, I joined the team and it was a vast code, vast,
Mhm.
which had to be automated. and some my buddy was working on that, so he helped me and I learned everything, and I it was like a one man thing for me, like everything I
Mhm.
had to completely get you, like, and it is not easy, like the it must be aggressive too, a little aggressive, right, on you.
Yeah.
I'm sure
So, like
because it was on me, I know that.
the biggest problem was ki this was just a 2 months internship. So first 2 weeks to go in ramp up only. Like you get to understand ki how their internal git works, internal systems works,
Yeah.
and the last 2 weeks are more of completing and finalizing your project, documenting it, doing presentations, and all those things. So in all, you get only 1 month to understand
Mm.
your problem statement and then implement it and deliver results. So 2 months internships are very much hectic compared to 6 months internships.
For sure, not a doubt about it, definitely.
Yeah,
Okay, so let me move on to the next question.
yeah.
My next question to you is, what was your preparation strategy and any tips you want to share with the audience? Preparation strategy, as in terms of how many hours you studied. Like, let's get a little micro here, if possible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So prior to Amazon, I failed miserably in a lot of companies.
How many
Like
companies? Like, how many companies did you
okay.
give
So
interview in?
Samsung, Morgan Stanley, SAP Labs, and couple of others. So 3, 4 companies. I was rejected from 3, 4 companies prior to Amazon. And the thing was, the majority of my friends and class was placed in those 3, 4 companies. So it was a lot of mental pressure that mounted up on me, because once 50% of your class is placed, you lose a lot of hope. That was
Oh.
that was one thing. And Amazon fortunately came that year. It was not coming for past 3, 4 years, and this year only it out of the blue it came. So I had almost 1 month of gap between like the day I realized Amazon's coming and the day Amazon I was actually going to come. So one
Hmm.
month of gap, and
Hmm.
I started with like literally, matlab, prior to that I had practiced DS and all those things, but not to the level that was required for a product based or a FANG level company. Matlab, I knew like if you give me a coding problem, I'll take 3, 4 hours and solve it aram se. But you need to have the speed and the problem solving capacity to
Hmm.
solve it in the stipulated amount of time. So I was
Hmm.
missing that. So initially I started practicing topics day by day. So I like
Hmm.
uh, I'll just pick up, let's say, stacks. I'll just pick up
Hmm.
stacks and solve at least 20, start with some easy problems and then level up and then solve at least 50 problems on that topic, depending
Hmm.
upon the time bandwidth, and then
Hmm.
move on to the next topic. And once I was done with the majority of the topics, then I moved to company specific, like Amazon
Hmm.
specific questions. Amazon
Hmm.
specific questions helped me a lot, because for almost
Sure.
1 week I solved only questions that were asked on Amazon interview, and Geeks for Geeks was like my main source of getting those questions. So that helped me form a pattern. Ki what type of questions are asked in Amazon? Like Amazon asks a lot of questions on graphs and trees. So at that
Hmm.
time I was like, okay, I can't miss on graphs and trees. Like I have to master graphs and trees, and then I focus much more on graphs and trees. So I used to solve at least matlab, 10 to 12 hours daily for almost one
Whoa.
month. So
Oh.
that well, I went
I did that.
completely
I did that during. I only did that during my JEE preparation.
even in my
I
JEE preparation, I was not that much dedicated, but like that phase
I was
was
very.
some the phase of my life. I feel like I was in a different zone, and I used to just take 1 or 2 hours of break during the day. But yeah,
Mhm.
and after a moment I started like कि अब कोई भी question है तो मैं कर लूंगा. That was the kind of attitude after 20 to 25 days came in, and really that only thing happened. So yeah,
Mm.
that
That's
was
really
like
good.
kind of,
Yeah, that's really good. Eventually, it worked for you.
yep,
That's what matters at the end, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Amazing. Any other tip you want to share, or we can pick up some
So
doubts
yeah,
from
like
there?
majorly prior to if you are like preparing, if you have an interview in hand, if you know the which company you are going
Mm.
to give an interview,
Mm.
do as many questions as you can of that company. It's very like
Mm.
because companies do follow trend. मतलब
Mm.
99.99% they will ask a question that they have been asking previously. So don't miss on that. This thing happened with me in my Google interview also. So Don't
Okay.
miss on that thing. And if you don't have any company in hand, just try to cover as many topics as you can. Focus on your weak topics, because if you're good at something, there's no point in mastering that again. If you're weak at dynamic programming, master that first before moving to other topics which you are already good at.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Shikesh, for answering my questions, but our geeks have more questions. So you can also see comments on the right side. So
Yeah.
let's start putting comments, and I can see some people writing that please. And Prashant, we will take every question. So just wait. Tell me which one you wanna go with for the first question.
Okay, so let's go with Hemant's question.
Please, can you tell how did you prepare for one DP? This one.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so I'm majorly very much focused on graphs. So I'll share my graph strategy first, and eventually this strategy will apply for any topic that you want. So firstly, matlab, I what I used to do is, like, let's say I'm studying graph, and I'll implement graph on my own for on pen and paper, like the code of graph. Let's say I want
Hmm.
to implement a BFS, or maybe a simple tree. Like, let's start with tree, then we'll move to graph later. I want to implement a binary tree. I am very much like inclined towards using C++ in my coding interviews. So I'll implement the tree with not the inbuilt data structure, but the tree with C++ in proper, and implement it, understand how to traverse it and all those things. So once I implement it, all my concepts about it are very much clear. Then I use the inbuilt functions to solve some basic questions, and then I keep on leveling up my questions. So that's how I used to prepare for graphs. Eventually, this is a strategy that helped me in other topics also, like graphs and trees and all those things. So this is a strategy that I suggest you for DPs, and 2 DPs also. With practice only you can master them. Like, you can't just read and understand those things. The more you solve, the more you learn about those things.
Okay. Somebody's asking, being SKS is asking, what is the in-hand salary? We don't discuss salaries. How much salary questions we avoid. Sorry.
You
Uh,
can check levels.fyi or Glassdoor.
okay, yeah, Glassdoor makes sense. So Aditya is asking, can you please share your preparation strategy for LLD round? Basically,
Uh,
system design. Make okay.
So to be honest, I didn't have matlab, much, because uh, I didn't have the opportunity. Like I didn't give any LLD interviews. Like, the thing was, in internship they are not much focused on system design and all those things. Very rarely you might get some questions about LLD and all those things. So I don't have that of a strong of LLD thing experience. But I what from my experience of working in Amazon, what I can say is, the more design docs, the more code that you go through, you will understand कि, okay, how are people, how should the ideal design system look like. So that's it. Like, understand the basic things, कि what are the basic things. But if you want to learn more about it, go through as many code snippets or documentation as you can, and you will gain more knowledge.
Okay. Uh, Next question. I think this is good. That this is a genuine question. Prashant is asking college and 10, 12 hours coding. Like, how did you manage?
I didn't attend any college lectures, any labs at that time. My pointer dropped exponentially in that sem, but I'm happy that I got a placement. So that sem I got a least pointer in all my years. So yeah, but okay, this is like the cost that you have to pay sometimes. But okay.
Yeah. Okay. Off campus. Sukanya is asking, what do you suggest students for trying off campus placement internship at Amazon?
Okay, so for girls especially, Amazon has like the Amazon Wow thing. It's a very good opportunity for girls especially. You can, like, they have a very transparent system for girls via that system. So we'll suggest for you to apply through that. For and preparation strategy तो मतलब वही कि like solve as many Amazon questions as you can. That will help you understand what kind of questions that you can expect there, and practice yeah, like on various platforms. Geeks for Geeks is a great platform, and others also as an required by you. uh, for coming to other general population, like try to get a referral or try reaching out to an Amazon recruiter. And it's very much common these days ki like the Amazon manager or the like people who are hiring in their team, they like put out LinkedIn post, or they are looking for people. So if you connect with the recruiter, like the person who with whom you will be working directly, that will be much greater than getting a referral for a post like that you don't even know who is working there. So try to connect with people. Like I know a lot of people who actively post on LinkedIn if they are hiring in their team. So connect with those people. They will be much better. That will be much better than even a referral. So yeah, that's a suggestion I feel.
Okay. Last question, Rishikesh, of your
Yeah, sure.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, sir, ये fifth semester will start.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
talk about this. Yeah. So Spider asked that fifth semester just started, only knows basic DSA. Will be able to crack good product-based companies. He's stressed out. Is he late? He suggests just started solving questions on BFG.
See, I did have some prior knowledge of DSA and basic things, but to be honest, within 1 month of dedicated study, I was able to crack into Amazon. So let's say even 2 3 months of normal study, like 3 4 hours study daily, you can crack a good company. Not internship नहीं तो placements में हो जाएगा. So not a big deal. मतलब fifth semester
No,
not too
late
late.
नहीं है. Late नहीं
हाँ,
है.
it can be
He's
easily
not
done.
late. He's not late at all. Moreover, as you said, there is majority of people get directly placed. They don't go through the route of
Yeah,
graduation.
internship route is very rare.
Fifth
मतलब,
semester, then I'm sure he must have sixth, seventh, eighth semester also.
yeah,
So,
yes.
I think he should not stress out. He should just uh,
Start working.
work on being consistent. I think
Yep, that is very much
consistency is one
important.
problem which he might be going through because that's hence the question. Because
Hmm.
if he's consistent for 2 3 hours daily, this question won't arise.
Yeah.
Hmm. So okay, thank you so much, Rishikesh, for taking up all the questions and everything. And uh, I hope that you are at your home and staying at your home and safe. Work from home होगा ही मुझे मतलब, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes. Yeah.
You know. So great man, be safe, get vaccinated if you haven't already, and just take care. And thank you so much for coming and sharing your insights because this will really help people watching. And if you want to say anything to them before bid goodbye or something,
Okay. Thank you guys for listening to me. If you have any doubts, feel free to reach out to me. I'll try my best to help you guys out. You can also check out my YouTube channel. Its name is Hrishikesh Uslade. And yeah, like
maybe you can spell your full
yeah,
name because, yeah,
one second. I'll share the link only. That would be
yes,
better.
you okay. You can send me on a private chat. I'll just I'll put it in the comments. Some questions are there which we couldn't pick up, so maybe people can connect with you later.
Yeah, sure. Let me just describe my Amazon journey in one line.
All right. So this I have pasted the YouTube channel link in the comments, so you can check it out, guys. And
Yeah.
also, if you can do me a little favor because it slipped off my mind, if you can also send your LinkedIn profile. I'll also
Yeah,
put
sure.
that if people want to send a connection request.
Sure, sure,
So,
sure.
Kamran, and some questions which are not done, please understand. Don't spam. Uh, I am putting up a LinkedIn profile for you guys only, just in case you want to ask few questions. And if Rishikesh you're free, you can get back. So
Yep,
I'll just put
sure.
it in the corner. So I have also, you can see Rishikesh LinkedIn profile link also in the description. So Suhas is saying, Kamran, keep trying. Don't give him wrong ideas, okay? Uh, anyways. All right. So you can check the LinkedIn profile, guys. I'll also put the LinkedIn profile in the YouTube description. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that will solve. Thank you, Rishikesh, for joining us. Please take care, and I wish you good luck for your tenure at Amazon.
Thank you, Akshay.
Just a second. All right. Bye, Rishikesh. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So that was it, geeks. Thank you for joining us. Take care and be safe. Keep learning, keep growing. Akshay this side. And today, 6 to 8:30, Elite Patch entrance test is there. So check it out. Check out the link in the description, YouTube description, and take care.